Hello there guys and girls, Alpha here and welcome back to Microsoft Flight Simulator 2020, where today we're back in the A320NX as always, taking a flight down from Stuttgart down to Rome. It's about an hour and a half flight time, clear skies, nice and warm, and yeah, should be a really decent flight, especially now I've got the ILS to work. Just a couple of things before we get started. A couple of people have been messaging me saying they're having issues with the autopilot and that it's making their aircraft unflyable. The issues that they've sent through to me are very similar to the issues I currently have in the stable build of NX, which is the autopilot not following the flight plan correctly and the ILS being a bit tricky to set up. I've worked both of them out. I will show you some fixes for that when we get into the aircraft. Also, for those of you who were in the stream last night, who were asking about a donation box, I now have a donation set up. If you want to go into the link in the description to donate, you can go to the PayPal donate to me button. Click on that, and if you want to donate, you can use that. You will also see there is a Patreon set up. That's sort of a work in progress. I haven't set up a billing method for that yet, so if you're going to donate to me, please donate through the PayPal, otherwise your money will just go into the oblivion. So yeah, for those of you who wanted to donate, that's how you do that. Apart from that, that's everything I really need to say at the moment. So we'll jump in the cockpit, get everything set up, and we'll get on our way to Rome. Well, so welcome to the flight deck. As always, we won't mess around. We'll just get things set up pretty sharpish, and we'll get on the way. Cruising altitude today, 35,000 feet. We'll set that into the altimeter. Or the altitude select button at least. We will go to the lighting panel. We will go to seatbelt signs come on. Ding the cabin. IRS is already aligned. I've made sure that we've already preset that. We will just turn on some air conditioning. Anything else? Doors can be armed. Don't need much in the way of lights for today. Flight plan. Looking good. Departing out of... which one were we coming out of? 07. Okay. Alrighty. So just a heads up today, in terms of mods, I'm using the old Lufthansa skin mod, because I just thought it looked cool. It's also 4K, so there's that. We want to make everything look very nice and shiny. Using the Stuttgart and Rome International, Leonardo da Vinci International Airport mod as well. I'm noticing a few issues with Stuttgart though, just from the get-go, and it's evident even on the recording, is this weird texture flickering that happens on the windows, and unfortunately it goes the entire way down, and even here, because, like I said, it's unfortunate because the airport itself is pretty good, it's pretty decent. But it's just these textures on these glasses, they flicker so much. It's just a bit weird. Right, we are going to start turning on the APU, ready for our pushback.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome on board. I will kindly ask you to take your seats as we are preparing for our prompt departure. Thank you.
Lovely stuff. Okay. So, we've given the announcement. We will disconnect the jetway. We will switch our beacon lights on so we can notify ground that we are ready to start engines. Just going to turn this up a little bit. There we go. We will call pushback. Here he comes. And we will start the intro. The safety video, that's what I meant to say.
Meine Damen und Herren, wir möchten Sie jetzt auch noch mit den Sicherheitsvorkehrungen an Bord vertraut machen. Ladies and gentlemen, we would now like to acquaint you with our safety procedures. Meine Kollegin zeigen Ihnen
We'll switch the parking brake off and starting engine 2. It's always tricky with this system to judge when you need to start turning. I think I need to start turning about now. We'll see if that works out well. Oh god, frame rate's gone a little bit bizarre. There's the barking dog sound effect of the hydraulics. I absolutely adore that sound on Airbus. I love it so much. I don't know why. Oh, I almost judged that correctly.
Wie alle Lufthansa-Flüge weltweit ist auch dieser Flug heute ein Nichtraucherflug. Sind die kürzeste
I'm probably going to
Straßenbahn
download the mod which
mit
enables you
Rückwärts.
to,
Klappen Sie den Tisch zurück und öffnen
you
Sie
know,
vorne Blenden.
actually like manually steer your pushback.
As all Lufthansa flights worldwide, this flight is a non-smoking flight. For takeoff, please ensure that your seat is upright, your table is folded
Taxi
away,
light can
and
come
your
on.
We know which your
Nav lights are on, doors are armed. The emergency exit lights are armed, by the way. You guys kept saying, I was like, you know, the cockpit doesn't actually arm the doors. I said, yes, I do know that. I just say it because it says off, arm, and on. So I just immediately, when I see arm, I just say arm doors because it's the emergency exit lights. So that's what I mean when I say that.
Abróchense los cinturones antes del despegue y antes del aterrizaje. Y también siempre que
Oh, gosh. Is it disco time on the flight? What's this safety announcement? It's a bit mad. Oh, I dig this though, yeah. I like it. Oh, and it's just gone. That's a bit strange. Ding, ding. Oh, a second, where am I going? Ah. I may have slightly misjudged this. Right, after that slight mishap, I have managed to get ourselves to the runway. That's a bit of a strange layout. I understand. I've seen that sort of thing before, but from what it looked like when I was looking over my shoulder to taxi the runway, it looked like I had to go that way. All right, not a problem. We are on the runway now. Lights are all on. Everything is set. We're going to just go for a rolling start. Oh my gosh. What the... Ooh. That's a bit of a bump. Gosh. I thought there was a weight problem then. Like the nose is going up. Well. So far we're having interesting issues and we haven't even taken off. Alright, well that won't stop us. Right. On runway. Set some power. There's 50%, 100%, and toga. Forward on the stick. There goes 80 knots. 100, level the stick. 120, V1. Rotate. Positive rate of climb, gear up. Auf Wiedersehen, Stuttgart. I've turned on my photogrammetry mode for high-level flying today, so oh god, a bit windy. So we should be able to have some nice views today. Not that we don't usually have a nice view, it's always pretty nice in here. Right, let's just throttle back a tiny bit. Still manual control. I want to put this into climb mode, which it is in. Good. There we go. Just point the nose down a little bit. Plane is rocking sideways quite a bit. I think I need to...
2,500.
Okay. It's decided we want to land already. It's a bit weird. Alright, so I am having weird oil pilot problems. Let's turn the section 1 off. And whoa, and there we go. Yeah, so NX, or Fly-by-Wire, who developed the A320NX, if you are seeing this problem, yeah, might be a good idea to try and fix that. It's not the NX's fault. It's actually a problem with the default plane as well. So yeah. Alright, coming through the clouds. Also in the stream that we did last night, I finally found out how to use the weather radar, so I can finally have that on. Still flying manual. Wow. Very nice. Gonna start that right turn rather. Gonna give it to the autopilot just to see if it's going to behave itself, which it is. Fantastic. Never gets old coming through the clouds like that. Alright, everything's still stay on for the moment. Just make sure everything is going on. Ooh, frame rate. Everything's going well down here. Yep. I do like that in the latest version of the A320NX, the aircraft feels much heavier. So when you know, when I call out V1 and start pulling back on the stick, rather than the default aircraft, then it literally, like, you know, as if it was a feather, just sort of immediately comes straight off the ground. You actually have to, you know, sort of pull it up nice and gently, and then eventually it will start to bring itself up when it gets lift under its wings, which is very, very realistic, and I really like that. Right, 10,000 feet, transition, standardized pressure. Turn the landing lights off. Turn the landing lights off. Strobe lights off. Wing light can come off. Seatbelt sign. Right, everything is looking good. We're just passing 13,000 feet now, or 13,500. Okay. Yeah, I need to turn the engine off then. I was like, whoa, what am I doing? That would be dramatic. Okie dokie. I'll talk to you guys then when we're at the top of climb. Okay, so we're just reaching the top climb right now. I'm just going over my feed right now, just seeing what some of the latest comments on our videos are, and just to see what people are asking about. Christopher asks, can I get the ILS approach to work at any airport at the moment with the latest mod? I think version 4.2, and the aircraft sometimes will not follow any flight plan, either Microsoft Flight Simulator or manual input. Okay, so like I said at the beginning of this video, the it's unlikely to be a problem with the NX project unless you're using the developer build. By turning off the section 1 input, that can fix the autopilot. So this button here, by turning that off, as you see, I've got it off now because I have the autopilot problems. If you turn that off, the aircraft should operate fine. And with ILS, all you have to do is know what the frequency is, go into nav, and just pop it in there. So, once again, that's how you do that. What else have we got then? A lot of people are saying that they're really enjoying the content so far. The live streams caught on very quickly. We've had loads of views on that. Loads of people really like it, and a lot of you have been in it as well. So thank you very much for joining me on the live streams. There are going to be more. I plan to do much more soon. There'll probably be another one in maybe tomorrow or the day after. I don't want to make them too common because obviously people like to see videos, not loads of live streams. But there will be a live stream coming out very soon. So stay tuned for that. Make sure you are subscribed and you've hit the notification bell so you don't miss anything. People are also asking if they can see the another mods showcase video. Yes, I plan to make a showcase video soon, probably at the end of the month when we've got loads of stuff to talk about. So yeah, I plan to do a mod showcase soon. The only issue with showcase videos is that they take quite a while to make, and they can be a bit of a pain to render because you have to use quite a lot of transition effects. And even on my PC, Premiere Pro struggles sometimes. What are your system specs? So I've said this a couple times now in the live streams and a couple other videos. So my specifications are an RTX 2070 Super with a Core i9-9900K processor. And what have I got? 32 gigs of RAM along with liquid cooled. It is the way to go. it's very quiet, my PC. Even when it's running this, it's still very quiet. I will be making a setup video very soon, probably around the 27th, when I've got some more things I can show off, because I've ordered a couple things in, and they will be here soon. So I will make a setup video very soon. Alright, not a lot else to do then. What I'll do is the top of descent is here at Thinku. It's not very far away now. I'll go away and get a coffee and come back in a second. Oh, we're just going over the Alps. Wow. Now that looks amazing. Gosh. Would you look at that? Yeah, so I'll talk to you guys then. We're at the top of descent in about 45 minutes time, and then it's a pretty straightforward descent into Rome. Yeah, we're just getting on our cruising path right now. Alright, see you guys soon. So we have just begun our descent. We are now just holding at 28,000 feet. Oh, well, 29,000 technically. I mean, that's the indicated altitude that we should have on here. So, yeah, 292, we're at 289. We're a little bit under, but it's fine. So, Rome is coming into our radar view now. The weather is pretty nice. Scattered clouds, nice and warm, it's about 20 degrees. I'd say Rome in the height of summer is a very warm place. I was there, not this year obviously, but the year before. It was absolutely boiling. Alright, there's the sea. We've left the Alps behind us. So, yes, we're not far away now at all. Only about, is it 160 miles out? No, less than that, 80 in total. So we got to double back on ourselves. So we're 60 nautical miles from the airport, but we're about 80 nautical miles from a landing point because we got to double back 20 miles on ourselves. Or so. It's been a pretty painless flight then. I had a little bit of a weird glitching issue where I sort of managed to, the aircraft sort of jumped over here for a moment and then realigned itself. So that was a little bit strange. Also, at the time of making this video, I've got a new subscriber. It's just come through on my alerts page. Bas van Leonout. I hope I've said that correctly. Thank you for subscribing, man. Welcome. Welcome to the channel. Yep, 651 subscribers now. We are climbing, guys. We are climbing. Well, we're descending, but you know what I mean. I'm sorry. When it's been a long flight and I'm just can't do English, make some bad jokes. Right, I really like the weather radar. That's a bit weird. Why does it say that then? Huh. Oh, that is strange. These are your flap speeds here. At what point you can put your flaps out. It clearly says flaps 1 can come out at 230. But obviously it doesn't like that. Alright, we're at 6,000 now. Just going to release that rate of descent even more. Like a little racetrack there. I'm just pointing out these little things. I'm just trying to think, have I done this flight before? I probably have. I've been to Rome twice, I think. Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's Rome I've been to twice. Right, weather radar is on. Wait, weather radar. Okay, speed brake, flaps, gear is still up, auto brake is set, landing system is on, lights are set accordingly, seatbelt sign is on, emergency exit lights are also armed, ding the cabin, because why not? Obviously didn't set the air conditioning, so that must have been a bit uncomfortable. It's okay, we'll give him a bit of aircon now. To be honest, you could start turning now and it wouldn't really make a difference. Right, I'm going to bring our radar view into 10 now. We'll start turning any second. We got a bit of a crosswind and headwind as we come in, but shouldn't be too much. Obviously, landing next to the sea can be a bit hard with wind sometimes, because it's always windier at the coast. So we'll see how that goes. Alright, fantastic. Gonna move some things out of the way off my desk so I have room to use my joystick. By the way, I have had some talk about shared cockpits, and a lot of you have asked me in a stream. Or was it stream or was it video? I can't remember. Someone asked me, could I do a shared cockpit video? I've done a little bit of research into it. There is a way to do a shared cockpit now, be it very complicated. But if I can get a shared cockpit video, I will be sure to do one of those. Right, let's just plug our rate of descent back into about 500 feet per minute. We've slowed down quite early, so that's why it's taking a little bit of time to get in, but I'd rather slow down early than be overspeeding too late. Because then I'll just tear the flaps off my plane. No one wants that. Okay, making our final turn. I'm still not seeing an ILS, which is worrying. Goes my radio nav. It is tuned. Come on. Where's my ILS reading? Where's the runway? We should have seen an ILS by now, I think, so that is curious. Okay, well, if it doesn't want to give us an ILS, then we'll have to land without it. That's a bit weird. Maybe it'd be like a last-moment miracle. I highly doubt it. Actually, yeah, I doubt it. If we haven't seen it by now, we won't see it. 2,500. There we go. Right. Gear down. Flaps full. My aircraft. Whoa. Bit of a bounce. Yeah, a bit strange as to why we didn't see an ILS then. We should have, yeah, we should have seen it. That being said, I am using a add-on airport, so they may have tweaked around of it a little bit. That could have something to do with it. What I've probably done, I've just realised, I must have looked at the map the wrong way round and mistaken this runway for the opposite runway. I might have done that by accident and tuned to the wrong ILS. That could be the reason. I doubt it's the plane this time. It's most likely me just being clever. And by clever I mean I just can't use a map. Alright, coming in nicely over the river. There's a tiny bit of wind, not too much. It's noticeable, but never underestimate its power.
$500.
500 feet, stabilize, continuing. Let's get that nose up a little bit. Oh, now I get an ILS.
30, 20, retard, 5.
Bang on the centre line. Butter. Fantastic. I don't know why the ILS, I got a localizer reading right at the end. That was a bit strange. Can we pull off here? Yeah. Turn that off. Right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Leonardo da Vinci International, Rome.
Ladies and Gentlemen, Kapitän hat das Sicherheitsgurtschild eingeschaltet. Bitte kehren Sie zu Ihren Sitzen zurück und befestigen Sie Ihren Sicherheitsgurt. Vielen Dank.
Alrighty, just letting people know that they don't need to take their seatbelts off just yet. I absolutely love it. People, you know, on some flights when you land, and then people think as soon as you touch down, you have to throw your seatbelt off, and then grab your bags and get first to the door, thinking you're going to be able to get off the plane faster. You know, you have to wait for the plane to stop. Doesn't matter how fast you take your seatbelt off, you're still going to get off the plane at the same time everybody else does. If you want to leg it to, you know, airport security and baggage collection, you can do that, but, you know, even baggage collection comes so fast, you know. I think what we'll do is we'll head over towards the main terminal. That was a good flight. I really enjoyed that. If you guys have any flight suggestions, popular airline routes, let me know. The routes I prefer to fly are around about under 2 hours long. So around the 2 hour mark is a comfortable flight time for me. I enjoy flying sort of short haul planes. I will be making a special long haul flight at some point. I'm waiting for the A330 to be re-released for us to do that. So maybe Heathrow to New York or something. APU should be available now. It's still using a bit of the default scenery, but can't really complain about that. It's just irritating, really. But the rest of the airport looks really good. We'll stop it here. There we go, engines can come off, taxi light can come off, APU can come on, ding the cabin, seatbelt signs are off.
Ladies and gentlemen, the captain has turned off the fasten seatbelt sign.
For your continued safety, we would like you to keep your seatbelt fastened.
I love how all the announcements have been in German and Spanish, and now we get English. Well, thank you very much for watching that video, ladies and gentlemen. If you enjoyed it, please remember to hit that like button. And also, remember to subscribe and hit the notification bell so you do not miss any of my future content. For those of you who are interested in the donations, the donation box will be set up very, very soon. You'll be able to find that in the Abouts page. So until the next flight, guys, thank you very much for watching this video, and I'll see you in the next one. Goodbye.